Okay, guys. Guys, can you see my share screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to I'm happy and grateful for everyone who has shown up and see me presenting my topic today. Allow me to introduce myself first. My name is Izzatul Raihan, and I'm here to present my research. This presentation about development historiography in 19th century. Okay, my friend, I'm ready to share. I'm ready to show you my work. But first, uh, you can see historiography. Until the 19th century, the streams of historical thought were increasingly abundant and complex. The, the idea was born to those who were not doing the research themselves professionally, but almost all of those thought really on philosophy, but they remain faithful to point to the historical evidence supporting and the conclusion presented in their historical work. They also have common sense to think and feel that not every source is trustworthy and is a historical fake. Next, Professor George Peabody which show four obstacles to historiography development before 19th century. First, a decline of theories on the excavation of historical causality and medieval historical philosophy that grew stronger by a group of rationalists that reduced the importance of research into history. Next, the absence of a college of original or primary research as well as the archivist organization. Thus, testing the fate of history comes down to the search because there is still a lack of historical criticism method for purchasing historical material. The last one is the previous failure of the historical writers to develop teaching. After that, the 19th century gave birth to a pluralistic culture and was not the unified vision of the world. Despite the rise of various flows of materialistic naturalism, leaning on natural philosophy, it revived its romantic idealism in response to the influence of the remaining strong racism. Most of those involved in this variety of ism were not those who professionally enter the history making. Union specifically. There are two main courses have had powerful effect on 19th century historical research. The biological theory of evolution of natural science, which is turn become a positive stream operator. The second one is a romantic philosophy movement emerged in reaction to the first one. This became spokespersons for idealistic group from the stream of idealism Germany. Then a new stream spearheaded by a scientific group whose presence is encouraged by the desire to produce an invention which the sejarah must be written as is true of French. Finally, toward the end of the 19th century, especially in Germany, was the historical or something called historium or historicism, becoming famous as a school of historical thought popularized by Ranks disciples. During the late 19th century, there was a debate surrounding the seat of history as science. Among the many schools of historical thought at the time are the most prominent of positivism, romanticism, idealism, and historicism. There are two main courses that hold their respective stand. The positivists, represented by Auguste Comte, Henry Thomas Buckle, John Stuart Mill, who argue that if his story was to elevate its position to higher level of natural science. The second one, idealists, represented by Wilhelm Dilthey, Hedrich Rickert, reinforced this historicism view that any history is a science, but of its distinctive kind. The emergence critics of the existence of natural science have reinforced the scientific nature of history studies. The study of history has from the beginning discovered his scientific identify science rank and his follow produce innumerable important work, but openly test professional work. Uh, that's all for my presentation today, guys. And thank you for your attention. I am grateful for everyone here to listen my project. I can you to I hope you to can find something useful from my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.